struggles,
innovation,
going all in,
not holding back,
mindset,
being a leader,
paving their own way,
putting the real in real estate,
listing legacies, selling luxury. You have The Vault.
unlocking conversations in real estate today.
We're live with The Vault. I'm Jess, and this is my co-host, Alexa Miller. Alexa, who do we have the privilege of interviewing today?
I'm very excited to welcome Nicole Armstrong. She is one of our team members. Nicole is a wife, mom, realtor, investor, and has a background in accounting. She currently resides in Oliphant with her spouse and her 2 daughters. So welcome, Nicole.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited because one of my favorite things about Nicole is in her second year of real estate.
Yep.
And was fresh out of the real estate courses and popped right into a team. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So yeah, I'm in my second year of real estate. I've got 2 young daughters at home, so they keep me busy when I'm not helping people buy or sell. Mm-hmm. And me and my husband are currently building our house on 200 acres up on the Bruce Peninsula. So that's very exciting for us.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's amazing because you have 2 kids and you're building.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's a lot.
And still working.
Yeah.
Very
definitely
busy
keep
job.
busy.
And your second one is fairly new. How old's your second daughter?
She just turned 5 months yesterday.
Yeah.
And Nicole has not taken any time off to have this baby, FYI, for those listening.
Yeah. For anyone listening, if you're a realtor having kids, this episode is for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Nicole, like I said, has a background in accounting. So tell us, Nicole, what you did previous to getting into real estate and why you chose to get into real estate.
So I've been doing accounting straight out of college and got my degree online and was in that ever since, working a 9-to-5 job. And then when I went on maternity leave, I decided to take the real estate courses. And the reason why I decided to take them is my husband and I have bought and sold many vacant lots, houses, properties, flipped them, did a house build, and I loved every aspect of it. So I decided to do the courses while I was not working, because the courses do take quite some time to complete. Mm-hmm. And that's how I got started with real estate.
Yeah, so it's your passion for investing, flipping, which I think with everyone, we all have that little knack too. Mm-hmm. And then we get into it and we think, wouldn't it make sense that I'm a real estate agent?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we had just built our house and we knew we wanted to sell it, so why not sell my own house?
Yeah,
Makes
perfect
sense.
timing. And you did.
Let's talk about that experience.
So, yeah, we built a beautiful bungalow in Oliphant, and we owned it for a couple years, and then an opportunity came up to purchase these 200 acres, so we had to sell so we could move on, and it was quite a process, but we're all still alive after it.
And it was one of your first deals, was it not? It was in your first year.
Yeah, it was my first sale.
Mm-hmm. It was your first sale. Very cool.
Yeah, I love it because when you see those opportunities, you do need to jump on them.
Yeah.
I know sometimes we have those, those agents who are analyzed by paralyzed, the ones, if that's you, where you think about it before you move and then the opportunity's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think selling your newly constructed home, did that kind of open a niche for you in real estate when you started selling? Like, are you drawn to selling pre-con, or is that something you stay away from because you've been through it personally?
I don't really have a preference, to be honest. It was fun selling my own house just because I knew the whole background and we built it and everything. Mm-hmm. But I have not done a pre-con since, so
yeah, there might be more coming maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's becoming a big thing, so especially in the Oliphant area where you're currently living. So
yeah, and we're still getting people reaching out asking questions.
Mm-hmm. So you'll be the go-to.
Yeah,
because you know the ins and outs of building.
Well, it is. It's such a full process if you think
is.
about it. You know, you get permits, you got to do your everything. Like it's from start to end. It's a lot, and it keeps changing in our area for sure.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
All those differences. So how did you? So you said how you came into real estate was your were on mat leave. You took the real estate license because you had so many of your own unique properties you were doing. So how do you feel your business is going so far?
I think so far it's doing pretty good. I did quite a few transactions in my first year that I'm very proud about because I wasn't doing real estate full time because I had when I started real estate, my first daughter was 8 months old, so she kept me busy. And then being pregnant with our second, definitely with all the appointments and everything, we're quite busy with that too. So the fact that I did do the amount of transactions I did I'm proud of it.
I love it.
Yeah,
I was one of your biggest cheerleaders. I always said Nicole was doing so well, you know, coming fresh out of courses and having some exposure to it, but it's different when you're in the field.
Yeah,
for sure. Right? Even doing our own deals, our own properties, but then when you're in the field and you're thinking, oh my gosh, you know, this is an actual client I'm managing, I'm following up and showing properties. It gets to be super fun, and you did so well the first year.
Thank you.
Very. Yeah, she's being very humble right now. Like she killed it in her first year. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, for a mom and mom to be,
and the fact that you had a baby 5 months ago and you haven't taken a break, so you were probably doing a deal in the hospital.
Well, Nicole comes to meetings and the baby's there. We all get to hold the baby.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's quite the team. So, what would you say was the biggest contributor to your success in your first couple of years?
Definitely being part of a team. I could not have done it without the team, especially I had family emergencies and I couldn't make an appointment a few times, and team members just stepped up and helped me through that. And without the team, I would have had to cancel the appointments.
Yeah.
And just being there with the support and the learning and the guidance, I couldn't have done it alone.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I love the honesty because I know we are a team and part of a team, but I think it's also important that team does give us certain other, a little bit more leverage.
For sure it does.
If you think about it, right? Yeah, that's amazing. So what would you say your biggest success so far in your real estate business is?
I would say being a mom and doing real estate at the same time.
Yeah.
And getting those transactions, getting those clients, getting those listings, because being a mom is a full-time job, so the fact that I can do both at the same time and have the flexibility, I think that's a great success.
Yeah, I agree.
100%. And I love how you said flexibility, because I feel, if we're a realtor coming into the business and we do have, fresh babies or we're expecting to, and I know for some is, should I do this at that time? And some just jump right in, and it's all our own journey. But I feel that flexibility, especially because you leverage the team, you're able to show up, be a mom, and have a baby, and build your house, and do those units. So I think all of that is important.
Yeah, I agree. And what would be your biggest struggle so far?
Being a mom at the same time is a struggle. So there are some times where I need to find someone to watch the kids if my husband is working. So luckily we have family who is very good at helping out where they can. And like Jess said, my daughter, she comes to our team meetings and she comes with me many places. So it's hard to balance that, but we make it work.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I think it's important too, because it's nice to know that you can still bring them with you to a certain age, right? Because I know I did that too, but then they got too busy and I couldn't manage and listen at the same time. It was hard. Yeah. So successes and struggles, I love it. They're all combining into one little mold. Yeah. All very unique.
So back to your accounting background. Tell us how that has helped so far in your real estate career.
I'd say it would help in helping people figure out budgeting, what they can afford, other costs associated with what they would like to do. Just because some people aren't sure about certain like closing costs, things like that. So I think having that experience, it also has helped me. I have a few clients who have purchased investment properties, so helping with what the revenues are, the expenses, helps break that down. So having that background really helps.
And
That's huge.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What about most people don't realize when they get into real estate that you are a business owner. I'm talking about myself. When I got into real estate, I was very unorganized when it came to accounting, keeping everything organized for my taxes at the end of the year, saving money for taxes, putting my HST away. So do you feel like you have a head start because of
I think that definitely did help, because if you wouldn't have saved money aside for taxes, you would be pleasantly surprised come tax time.
Oh, it is.
I've been there.
Yeah.
So,
we've all been there. We're still there. You're like, really?
Yeah.
that really helped. And I do my own books,
Right.
and my own taxes and everything. So knowing how to do that, I save that money on paying someone.
Yeah, and knowing how to do it, you can teach it, right, to your clients to a certain degree.
Yeah.
I think that's really valuable. You think of investors and, like even corporations who are interested in properties, they're asking, cap rate and all of the questions. And if you're even able to offer a little bit of resources, that's where you're gaining that knowledge, that trust that they know, love, and trust their realtor.
Yeah, especially right out of the gate as a new realtor, because I know when I started and someone would ask me about a cap rate, I'd have to get my book out and look it up, because I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
So that's huge.
Yeah, it's a really nice extra to your business that even some people in our office don't have that accounting background. Actually, some of them do. I think Lisa does.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I think
I
it's
definitely
huge.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, amazing. I love it. So what would you tell your past self just starting in real estate? This is always the fun question.
Do it sooner.
Everyone says that.
Yeah.
Everyone says that.
Trust, right?
Yeah.
And to just follow. I was thinking about doing the courses for a year prior to actually doing them. And then my husband's like, just do them already. And and I did. So I wish I would have listened to everyone, or him and myself, a year sooner.
Yeah.
So anyone listening that's not yet licensed and you're listening to this for motivation, just do it.
You gotta go all in. You have to. Come on. You want it? Go for it.
Exactly.
So could you picture yourself, Nicole, if you didn't choose your real estate license? Where do you think you'd be?
I would still be in accounting, and not sure how I would do it, because daycare is very hard to come by these days. And my daughters are lucky enough to have a part-time spot in daycare, but I would still be doing a 9 to 5, and I can't imagine doing that, because when I would just see my kids at a couple hours before bedtime and on weekends, and right now we have the flexibility to spend days together and go on day trips and that sort of thing.
So it sounds like that flexibility is really important to you. And it would be for me too. For a mom in business and real estate especially, because it can own you some days, right? Yeah. That's
so
awesome.
you've said you've sold properties, lots. Have you done any flips or anything, or what are your future goals with real estate?
So in the past, we did flip quite a few vacant lots where we purchase them, clear them, put driveways in.
Wow. Yeah.
And sell them. We've also renovated 2 houses and sold them, and then we did the new build. So I think for the future, personally, my husband and I would like to get a couple more investment properties as well once we're done building our house. And that's all tied up. And and I still just want to keep helping people with their real estate dreams as well, because it's very nice watching it all come together.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Nicole's your girl. When Nicole describes, I love, because when you said we've bought lots, put a laneway in, and you're keeping it minimal, selling those, then you're doing full flips and you're building a whole house. If someone experienced and all that and knows enough by the numbers how much to do, when and where.
Right.
If you think about that, right? That's awesome. If I had a realtor who would say, hey, well, just hold on a minute, you may still make some money if you just put a laneway in with a mailbox. Adam and I have considered that before too, and when you run the numbers, you're like, oh my gosh, yeah,
makes sense.
It could work, right? So knowing someone who understands that background, I think, is so authentic.
Yeah, it's huge, having that experience to share with people.
You got everything going on, Nicole.
Yeah, you really do.
I love it. It's amazing.
So my favorite question to ask realtors, do you have a niche? Do you prefer selling one thing over another, or do you sell everything?
I really enjoy working with first-time home buyers or first-time sellers, just because it's teaching them and guiding them, as well as helping them find their property, and them lighting up when they found the property and it closes. It just makes your whole world.
Well, it makes your work feel like it's people are so grateful for it. That reaction, that emotional connection.
Yeah, and first-time buyers and sellers listen to you a lot better when they've never they put their full trust in you. And I'm the same way. I love working with first-time buyers. And I was also just there not long ago myself, buying my first home. So yeah, I'm with you there.
I love it. That's awesome. So what do you think your future goals are in real estate?
I would just like to keep helping people buy and sell. I'd obviously like to improve the number of transactions I do year over year. Kids aren't cheap. Building a house isn't cheap either.
Yeah.
But I just would like to keep growing exponentially and see where it takes us.
Yeah, that's a really good goal. And do you see yourself continuing in this area? Like, you're going to put your roots down here?
We are not moving again.
If anyone could see her face right now.
No, we are building, and we've purchased our dream property. It's been in our family, or my husband's family, for generations. So we are building our dream house, and we're not moving. So.
I love it. Can you tell us a little bit about it? What's your dream house?
So we are building people like to call it a barn dominium style house. So it's about 1/3 house, 2/3 shop.
Cool.
So
those are popular right now.
Yeah. So my husband is quite excited for his large shop he's gonna have, and
any gentleman would. That's funny.
And
so what's how are the successes and struggles with your build going right now? Like, with a unique style like that, you know, what's something you've run into?
Since we're doing it most ourselves, it's just the time. Because my husband works long hours during the day and during the week, and I'm either working or with the kids, and they're not very helpful with building. So, so things should slow down this fall, and we'll get building quite quickly.
So you're renting now because you're not living on site yet.
Yeah, we're just currently renting off friends of ours, and then we're gonna hopefully move in this winter.
I love that because, building, selling your property in order to do the build, and then knowing that in between you might have to rent somewhere. Like, for me, I would struggle with that. I would say, nope, find a different way. We'll make it work. Because renting, sometimes you feel like you're going backwards. And I get that feeling. My other girlfriend, she did the same thing, and they rented, and it went really well for them. So props to you. Not easy with newborns and kids and renting and waiting for your dream house to be built. Yeah. That's awesome. I love it.
So you just started less than 2 years ago, correct?
Yeah.
So what would you tell somebody that's looking to get their license and get into real estate right now?
Don't wait. Just get it done. Get your courses done. And once you start, I would reach out to teams. Obviously, that was one of my keys to success, is being with a team. But the other thing is to not get frustrated when you show 10 houses and they don't want to offer, or offers don't come together, because it will happen, and it does get very, very frustrating at sometimes. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Right. So
that just teaches you to just keep going, and it will pay off.
Yeah, I love that. What was meant for you will come, and if it wasn't meant for you, it will pass you by. Like, I've always loved one of those quotes. And I think that's accurate, you know. Don't get all in a rough. It didn't work out, didn't work out.
Yep. Yeah, and you have to have that mindset when you come into real estate, because
huge, big time.
It will chew you up and spit you out, this career.
Yeah.
So be prepared. So when you said you were talking to teams, did you have that goal when you got your license that you would be on a team, or did you think about being an individual, or what did that look like?
I thought about both avenues, and I did interview different brokerages, both with teams and not with teams. And just the team aspect made sense. And I knew being on Terri's team, you see her sign everywhere. I knew that's who I wanted to be with. So I talked to a few others just to make sure I did my due diligence, and it was no question.
Yeah, very good. And it's paid off, obviously, because you're killing it in less than 2 years.
Well, and also having that accounting hat on. You know, when the numbers make sense for the join a team, because really you're leveraging the team to roll your expenses for you, at least some of them, right? Imagine being an individual agent holding all those expenses on your own. Yeah. It would take you a really long time to build, you know, social media, marketing, you know, the platform, your back end, your front end, your down, like everything. And
even not knowing when your first commission check's going to come in, because even if you do a deal in your first few months, which some people don't, you might not get paid for 30, 60, 90 days. So definitely.
And you've forked over all that money to even join your board, your
courses,
everything, and now you don't know when you're going to get paid.
So I think a lot of people do get frustrated with that aspect. It's a lot of money out, but it does. Yeah, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it does pay off.
And you can hit the ground running a little bit quicker with a team. Like, again, we're not just biased, but we know. Right? Compared to an individual.
I lived it. I did my first deal the day I got my license in my hand because of a lead I got from my team. I sold the house the night I got my license in my hand.
Yeah, so. I love it. It's good. If anyone listening right now is considering, you know, your team or individual, of course, check your location. You know, I love how Nicole did her due diligence. She had she was following her gut, but she still went and interviewed other people.
Yeah,
absolutely. You got to know the other brokerages in the area and who else is out there and what they're offering.
And you're not going to jive with every single personality out there, so you're going to want to speak to multiple brokerages and teams. And
I think it's great how Nicole, like with your accounting hat, you most likely, I'm guessing, you broke it down. You know, you probably got out your pen and you're writing like, this one does this does this.
And in the end, there may have been other brokerages that offer different splits, for example, but that's not what everyone thinks that's what you need to look at, and it's not.
Right.
You need to know like desk fees, that sort of thing, or like I didn't have to worry about any of that.
And a lot of the time you don't realize that until you're well into your real estate career, so the fact that you acknowledge that as you were getting into the field is huge.
I think so, because most people don't know what they don't know coming in new, right? They don't know that some people don't charge desk fees.
What is a desk fee? That's the first question you'll have.
Exactly.
So,
that's awesome. Well, I think you are just an incredible inspiration, Nicole. And so can you tell the viewers, where can we find you?
You can find me on my social media on Facebook, Instagram, Nicole Armstrong Real Estate for both of them. You can give me a call or text at 519-373-7412, and also at nicole@terrihastings.ca.
Perfect.
Woohoo!
Awesome. You can follow along with Nicole and watch her be a rock star realtor and mom all in one.
Yeah, I love it. This is one of my favorite interviews, actually.
Yeah.
It was, You're a rock star, empowering. I love it. Thank you, Nicole, so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome.